seen him in films like This Is the End, Tropic Thunder, Knocked Up, and RoboCop, just to name a few. But even though he's an international movie star, he has kept his roots firmly planted in Canada. Please welcome Jay Baruchel.
Usually, life has a way of evening out the odds. Pretty people aren't always kind. Kind people aren't always talented. Talented people aren't always kind or pretty. You get the gist of all this. It all kind of makes sense. And then you meet someone like Rachel McAdams, and you're like, oh, Jesus, seriously? Really? This person exists? You can be beautiful and the nicest person ever and so bloody talented as if to be touched by God herself. It's super not fair for all the rest of us. But anyone who's ever been fortunate enough to know Miss McAdams in any capacity whatsoever is better for it, myself included. She is a national treasure and a patriot, and all of us Canadians can take pride in knowing that the world's greatest actress is one of our own. I was lucky. Yeah, clap. Definitely worth it. I was lucky enough to work with her last fall, and I got to see firsthand what an amazing talent she really is. Speaking for myself and all her fans, we cannot wait to see what's next.
I'm a movie star.
Aren't we all?
Rachel McAdams was born in London, Ontario. From an early age, Rachel loved figure skating, but turned down the chance to train professionally when her interest in the performing arts began to grow.
The first moment that I was on stage, I just had a feeling that I wanted to explore life through fiction, and I just thought, how do I figure out how to do this every day?
It wasn't long until Rachel made her movie debut in My Name is Tonino. The film shot in both Canada and Sicily, and Rachel spoke Italian for most of the movie.
Come on, Tonino, basta.
Com'è che si chiama?
Rhode Island, diretto.
One of Rachel's first TV appearances was in the acclaimed Canadian series Slings and Arrows. She won a Gemini for her role as Kate, the naive young apprentice finding her way through backstage theater life.
Where is everybody?
No show tonight. Cancelled.
But I'm only half an hour late and I'm just third ferry.
You haven't heard?
Heard what?
Oliver Wells. He died last night.
What? So I'm not fired? Oh.
Hollywood came calling. Rachel landed the role of the hot chick opposite Rob Schneider and Anna Faris.
By the envy of every girl at prom. Not like that was in jeopardy or anything.
But it was the overly confident, self-centered, and oh-so-quotable mean girl Regina George that made Rachel a household name.
That is so fetch. Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Rachel made us all take notice when she showed us that someone so lovable could play someone so mean.
I had to leave my Canadian at the door with Regina George. She was definitely not Canadian. Hi, my name is Rachel McAdams.
But it was a last-minute audition that made moviegoers fall head over heels in love with this talented Canadian.
We tested 10 actresses with Ryan, 9 of them very well known.
But when Miss McAdams came in and read, it was apparent that she was the one. I didn't know who she was. It was somebody that was a last-minute addition, and you think, well, I hope this one works out.
I will always love you, no, okay. There was just a feeling there, just everything sort of fit and everything worked, and it was the best audition experience I've ever had. Just couldn't catch my breath. I want a big old porch that wraps around the entire house. And we can drink tea and watch the sun go down.
Okay.
You promise?
Mm-hmm. Promise.
Good.
To anybody lucky enough to have been able to work with her, she gives you everything, every layer, every color, every light, and every piece of darkness. She gives you a full span of emotion.
I'm scared. I am. But I think that that's how everyone feels before they're about to get married. I mean, don't you think? Why are you always so suspicious?
Shall I answer chronologically or alphabetically?
Careful not to cut yourself on this lethal envelope.
I didn't do anything.
You did everything. You accepted me for who I am, and not for what you wanted me to be.
She has a knack to even the things that aren't sort of comfortable for her. She would somehow like sort of wiggle her way into these things that, you know, she might have not loved, and somehow like made them beautiful.
I remember when I met you all those years ago, you were just a baby. You were shockingly beautiful, this stunning actress and the nicest girl in the world, and then we worked together again a couple of years ago on The Vow with that guy Channing. Anyway, what's his name? And you were exactly the same, as lovely as you've ever been.
Rachel's love for helping others has seen her involved with Habitat for Humanity and the READ campaign. She is also a spokesperson for Food and Water First, an organization that aims to save Ontario's farming communities.
Farmland and fresh water are our most vital resources.
It is no wonder Rachel McAdams is Canada's sweetheart.
She's unbelievable. She's sheer positive energy.
You're a great talent, a wonderful person, just somebody that I look up to a great deal, and I'm super excited for you.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Jay. That was very lovely and so clean. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much to Canada's Walk of Fame for including me in this incredibly illustrious list. I am just taking a deep breath. I am honored beyond words to be counted among these people, many of whom I've looked up to my entire life. I'd like to think of myself as a pretty hardcore Canadian. That's the word I would use to describe myself. I have been known to drink maple syrup straight from the bottle. It's kind of my crack, my drink of choice, if it could be. But I grew up here. I went to school here. This is where I hang my hat, where I sip my tea. And as much as I love adventure, there is nothing as nourishing for my soul as coming home. So I can honestly say this is not something I ever imagined when I was growing up in St. Thomas, Ontario, working the drive-thru at McDonald's, taking the trips to the big city, which was London, to go see a movie at the mall. But the fact that I'm here is really a testament to the incredible, unwavering support that I've received all the way through my life. I think back to the original Kids Theatre Company at Alma College in St. Thomas, where I fell in love with Shakespeare and Greek tragedy and out of love with tap dance. And I think about this year's Drama Festival, where I discovered the joy of traveling theater and working alongside so much young Canadian talent. I think Canada has an incredibly rich arts program. We should be so very proud of that. I think about Jim Schaefer, my first acting teacher, a man who taught me that imagination is all you need to call yourself an actor. It's a simple, elegant, but crucial lesson I've carried with me always. To Christopher Pereira and Linda Mascal, two of the most inspiring and passionate teachers I've ever had. To York University's vibrant theater program, I received an education that I literally draw on every day still. I think back to my first agents, John Raitt and Deb Peck, and my manager, Shelley Browning, whose persistence led me to landing my breakthrough role in a movie where I got to switch bodies with Rob Schneider. Every girl's dream. So thank you, Rob Schneider. My dear friend, Dwayne Murray, thank you for being there with me through all the highs and lows. You are one of the most patient, generous, wisest people I know. Thank you. And to my parents and my brother and sister, Daniel and Kayleen, my beautiful family, for always keeping my feet on the ground even when my head was in the stars, for teaching me to climb though the rocks be rugged, right, Dad? And for letting me ugly cry on their shoulders many, many, many times when I thought I was going to be fired. Thank you very much. You are everything to me. This is the reason that I'm standing up here today. My family, my friends, my beautiful country. I love you all. Thank you again for this tremendous honor.
Stick around. We've got a musical tribute to the band that's going to rock the house.